Hey guys, we're gonna read, this is part 7, I'm gonna call it, the 7th time we're reading, and, remember all the animals, including Bob and Snickers, are stuck at that, shelter, and they're trying to save themselves. We do all we can do, which isn't much. The rain hammers, the wind shrieks, sirens come and go in the distance. I wonder what Ivan and Ruby are doing, and what about George and Julia? Where are they? How are they? Boss seems scary calm. Tough old jerk. She looks the way I want to feel. Before long, the water's lapping onto the floor of our cages. It's ice cold and moving quick, 1 inch, 2 inch. Every now and then someone whimpers or moans, but mostly we're quiet. If you can stand on your hind legs, guys, do it. Climb on anything you've got, I suggest. I turn to Boss. When I say go, I want you to climb on my back. It'll buy you a little more time, maybe. No way. Please, I need to do this. Boss just stares at me. She's so thin, I can see every rib. To make it up to you, I add. What are you even talking about, Bob? Look away. I'm sorry, I say, not sure where my words are taking me. I should have saved you. Saved me? The thing is, I heard you on the highway, and I should have. My voice trails off. I stifle a sob. Bob, we were puppies, tiny puppies. Don't be ridiculous. How exactly were you going to save me? I don't know, but I should have tried. We both did what we had to do. Boss nudges me gently. Bob, this is crazy. I can't seem to forgive myself. I whisper it, and I know she heard it. Beneath the water, I feel a paw on mine. I forgive you, okay? Not that you need it, mind you. One condition, though. I nod. Wait, you have to forgive yourself, too. Again, I nod, and slowly but surely, something fine and warm begins to fill my heart. You have to see this picture. Before I can say anything more, Snickers calls my name. Bob, dear, there's something I want you to know. Boss winks at me. Listen up, brother. Sure, Snickers, I call. What's up? And there's their little rain outfit. Looks kind of like Rory. Snickers makes a little throat-clearing noise. I've kept this locked inside me all this time, but now facing the end, I feel like I need to unburden myself. Really, Snicks? I say quickly. There's no need for that. The thing is, Snickers paused for dramatic effect. I love you, Bob. I always have. I love the way your cute little tail gets all curled between your legs when you're embarrassed. I love the way you hum to yourself when you chew your kibble. I love the way you drool when you take a nap. I think I'm getting the picture, Snicks. Thanks. That's awfully nice of you to say. And, Snickers says, Boss can't hide her amusement. Go ahead, Bob. She whispers. What can it hurt? We're all going to die anyways. Bobo? Snickers calls. Yeah, sure. I think you're pretty swell too, Snicks. And what is it that you love about me? I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Well, those pink boots of yours, those are cool. And? I swear I'm trying, but I totally am drawing a blank. In fairness, the water's up to my belly and my teeth are chattering so loud I can't hear myself think. And, oh, come on, how hard is it? Yells the bunny, who's perched on a pile of wet timothy hay. She's a looker, and she's smart, and she's way too good for the likes of you. Try that, Romeo. You're a good looker, and you're smart, and you're way too good for me, I repeat. Snickers lets out a content sigh. That wasn't so hard, was it? Boss asks. I groan. Sis, you have no idea. An awful noise comes, like a tree trunk splitting in two. While we watch in disbelief, a piece of the roof the size of a Great Dane simply vanishes. Rain gushes through the hole in torrents. Boss, I say, it's time. Jump on my back. And that's a good idea because why exactly? Because maybe you'll get a turn, I say. Your chance to have things go your way. I've had an interesting life. I want you to have one too. Bob, at best, you're buying me a couple extra minutes. Boss says. Sis. I'm like 30 seconds older than you. You're not the boss of me. Please. Why? Because you're a guy? I could take you down in a second with 3 paws tied behind my back. And if you get out of here and I don't, I continue ignoring her, there's a place I want you to go. Sit on the front porch, wait for the humans who live there. Who are you kidding, Bob? We're both going to die. 3 blocks up, 4 houses down on the left. Look for a big oak tree. Guy named Nutwit lives there. Nutwit, she's suppressing a smile. Say it, I command. Fine, whatever. 3 blocks up, 4 houses down, Nutwit. Can I help you? Can I help you? I'm getting messages from you guys while I'm reading. All right, Bippa, get comfy. Right there. Oh, Rory, come on. We go back and forth like that, arguing, bantering, trying not to hear the terror of our cage mates, and I think maybe I'm starting to hallucinate a little. I'm starving and freezing, and I feel kind of dizzy. All the smells and sounds are mingling together, and crazy as it seems, I actually think I catch a whiff of Ivan. Well, that's kind of cool, I think. At least I'll be remembering my best buddy when I die. There are worse ways to go. The water laps at my mouth, foul tasting and frigid. Now, I say to my sister, get on my back now. I'm saving you whether you like it or not. Something in my choked voice scares her, I guess, because she leaps right onto my back with a horrified yelp. I blink back muddy water. A silver presence looms before me. Still, I'm not entirely sure it's him until I get a really big old whiff of banana. Hey, Bob, says Ivan. The screeches of terror are ear-splitting, and my poor ears have endured plenty by this point. Folks, I cry, relax. He's here to save us. Monkey, screams the orange cat. Giant monkey. I beg your pardon, says Ivan. The bunny cowers in a corner of her cage. If King Kong is here to eat us, I'd rather drown. Sea serpent, screams the beagle. An arched gray trunk slides past. Ruby, I exclaim. She's just tall enough to keep her head above the water. Ivan, Ruby, Snickers calls in a delighted voice. Over here, dears. Long time no see. Hey, Snickers, Ruby says. Snickers wags her drenched tail puff. My, how you've grown, sweetie. Excuse me, says Grey Muzzle, but maybe the happy reunion could wait until we're, not underwater. Ivan taps his chin. He's always slow, always deliberate. I like that about the guy, except when I'm about to drown. We need to get all of you onto higher ground, he says, but the current's tough to fight, even for Ruby and me. There's always the roof, I say, but it's damaged. Ivan nods. Seems there's a tree in it. Look, Uncle Bob, Ruby says, paddling back and forth. I'm an L mermaid. Kid always makes me smile. Good work, Ruby. I've got an idea, says Ivan. I'll take multiple trips, so I'm going to start with the smallest creatures and work from there. My sister gazes down at me from her perch on my back. You actually know this ape? He's my best pal, Ivan. We go way back. A long pause follows. Bob, Boss finally says, you weren't kidding. You really have had an interesting life. One thing about being a silverback, that strength of 8 men thing can come in handy. Ivan starts with the bunny and the dachshund, one in each arm, along with the 2 cats perched on his shoulder and head. One more trip this time with the beagle and Snickers, and then Boss and me are on our way. Ruby holds tight to Grey Muzzle collar, and he manages to paddle along her, using Ruby as balance. It takes us a while to cross the street. The current's swift and the water's up to Ruby's neck in places. Ivan, I ask as we approach the other side, did they find George and Julia? They're okay, a little banged up but fine. They made it safely to a keeper's shed. Tree fell and blocked the door. I choked back a sob of relief. George was out looking for you when Ruby and I left. How did you find me? Ruby saw which way you were running, said Ivan. And don't forget the gorillas and elephants have great noses, Bob. Maybe not dog level, but not bad. We followed your stink, Uncle Bob, Ruby exclaimed. When we reach the far side, I see where Ivan has deposited our fellow inmates. The parking lot of a donut shop. The lights inside are off and everywhere else, but I glimpse a few flickering candles and people are milling around. Come on, everybody, Ivan calls. Let's get you inside. I'm hoping these folks won't mind a bit of company. As we gather at the entrance, Boss pauses. I'm gonna head out, she says, avoiding my gaze. What? I demand. I just found you. You can't leave me now. She hesitates. The puppy. Thought maybe I'd check. I mean, I know she's probably gone, but... She looks at the muddy pavement. It's crazy, I know. Yes, I say firmly. It is crazy. Besides, you're too weak and your paw's injured. My voice grows urgent. Think about it, Boss. What are the odds? He stayed in that car and waited for you. Who knows where he is by now? Yeah. She looks defeated. I suppose you're right. What's wrong, Bob? Ivan asks. My sister. Whoa, wait. This is your sister, Uncle Bob? Ruby interrupts, turning to Boss. Then that means you're my aunt. Boss has a puppy, I explain, stuck in a car near the bridge. I point with my nose. Ivan doesn't know his way around town the way I do. That way. Not far. She wants to find him, but, well, he's probably long gone by now. I know my words are harsh, but I'm trying to protect Boss. No way that puppy is still alive. Ivan strokes his chin. Why don't we get everyone settled inside, he suggests, then we can figure this out. Never mind, Boss says. Bob's right. It's nuts. Way too dangerous, and probably too late anyway. She takes a deep breath. He's not exactly the first pup I've lost. You'd think I'd be used to this by now, wouldn't you? I don't know what to say. I want to make her pain go away, but what can I do? I'm no bigger than Boss is, and certainly no smarter, and I've got my own problems. My busted nose, my aching foot, my angry stomach. Look out for numero uno. That's my motto for a reason. It's kept me alive this long. Some fool blurts out, I'll go find him. And apparently, it's me. We'll go, Ivan says. Yay, more swimming, Ruby cries. It's not safe, Ruby, I say. You have to stay here. I promised Akela I'd watch for you. I made it this far, she says, doning her elephant. Hold on, guys, sorry. I'm recording while you're doing it. You guys are sending me messages. Sorry, it's not safe, Ruby, I say. You have to stay here. I promised Akela I'd watch out for you. I made it this far, she says, doning her elephant pout face. Ivan and I sigh. It's exhausting, all this responsibility, this worry, this love. Promise to stay close, I ask. She holds up her trunk. Elephant's honor. 'Cause Akela will make dog soup out of me if anything happens to you. Yuck, Ruby giggles. Hey, did you know I can almost do a somersault in the water, Uncle Bob? Ivan taps politely on the door to the donut shop, but even a polite knock from a gorilla sounds like a visit from a wrecking ball. The door opens a crack. I think 2 or 3 people may have fainted, but we can't stay to find out. I hop onto Ivan's shoulder and the 3 of us head off. I glance behind me to see Boss standing on the pavement watching us. In the darkness and rain, I can't read her eyes, but I like to think there's hope in them. We slog up a sly hill and round a corner. The traffic lights are out and nobody seems to be on the streets. That is, until we cut through a stand of palm trees and come across some police officers in a slow-moving squad car. Its blue and red lights circling. Attention, one of the officers announces over a loudspeaker. This area is under a mandatory evacuation order. Do not... The announcement stops and so does the car. Uh-oh, says Ruby. I think they spotted us, I say. We're kind of hard to miss, Ivan points out. The car moves closer, so close I can see dropped jaws and bulging eyes. The car brakes to a stop. The driver's side door flies open and one of the officers jumps out. The other officer, a skinny young guy, follows suit, but he looks annoyed. What are you doing? He says. Don't be a hero. We could have stayed in the car where it's safe. I'm looking, says the driver into the radio receiver, at a gorilla and an elephant, and the gorilla has a tiny dog on his shoulder, and no, I have not been drinking. They said the park got hit by the tornado, says the skinny officer, carefully aiming his pistol. We can't exactly shoot a gorilla, the driver says, and I like the way she's thinking. Try me. What's his crime exactly? Jaywalking? Thing is, I love elephants, says the driver. My daughter collects stuffed elephants. I mean, you know, stuffed toys, not stuffed real ones. She listens to a radio for a moment. Get animal control out here, says the skinny officer. Get a van, get a moving truck, get a 747, I don't care. Ivan, I whisper in his ear, this is not looking good. You and Ruby gotta stay put. Don't make any sudden moves. No funny business, okay? These guys are freaking out. Ivan sits down on the ground slowly, very, very slowly, and Ruby settles next to him. The driver smiles. Oh, that's so cute. Skinny officer nods, yeah, in a deadly kind of way. I gotta do this, I say to my friends. If you stay calm, they won't mess with you. But Bob, worry clouds Ivan's face, you need us. What I need is for you to stay alive, I reply. I can see he isn't going to listen to reason, so I try a different approach. Ivan, it's like this. Boss is my sister. I let her down once, and now, well, I have a second chance. I'll explain it all later, but I need to do this. Ivan looks at the officer's guns drawn, then nods. You are the one and only Bob, he says. You got this, pal. I leap into the air, into the vast unknown, just like Kimu did. Well, maybe not quite so elegantly, but I do my best. It isn't far to the bridge, but far is relative when the wind is blowing down houses like Big Bad Wolf. I watch a stop sign fly past. I navigate around trees scattered like popsicle sticks. I keep an eye out of gators and pythons. Lightning strikes a tree. I brace for the thunder. It shakes the earth, the air, my teeth, my bones. A branch falls on a power line. Sparks dance like fireworks. I hate fireworks. I move with more care after that. I know enough to stay away from down power lines thanks to the Weather Channel and storm chasers. Man, I love TV. I'd give anything to be watching it for my nice, cozy bed right about now. Good thing I know where the bridge is. My swollen nose throbs. What's the point of owning a top-of-the-line sniffer if it's not working right? When I pass a bird's nest on the ground, I offer to help the owner, a jay. She swears at me. At least I think she does. I hear nuts and some other interesting words. I tend to forget that in some circles, dogs are considered predators. I wonder how Kimu and the other escapees are doing. One thing I know for sure, having been on the inside and the outside, is that way too much of the world ain't made for wild animals. How would a meerkat cross a highway? How would a panther face down a city block? How would a wolf survive an encounter with a gun? For that matter, who do I think I am playing hero? Nutwit was right. I'm soft, I'm slow, I'm not a street dog anymore. I'm a pampered, lazy pooch. I hear the rush of water, a different sound from the pouring rain, and out of nowhere, there it is, the creek. Boss mentioned that the car was near the bridge, but when I get close, I remember that the officer at the shelter said the bridge had collapsed. And then I see it. A little car, round-topped, floating, caught in a dislodged tree at the end of the roaming creek not far from the crumpled remains of the bridge. And on top of that car, even though it's completely impossible, is a puppy, waiting. And all I can think is, that dog is a nincompoop. Look at the little puppy. Oh, he's alive still. Okay, I think I can do one or two more. The creek is filled with pieces of trees, boards, trash cans, plastic chairs, everything you can imagine. It's moving way too fast for me to try to cross. I stare at the far side of the creek, at the collapsed bridge. I really wish I hadn't seen that puppy. I know there's another way to cross the creek of sorts, downstream a bit. An old pedestrian bridge made of wood and metal and rope. No one uses it anymore. No one with any sense. When I reach it, the little bridge is swaying like a cradle. It's blocked off by a rusty metal gate to keep people from using it, but I can easily squeeze through the bars. I run halfway across, lose my footing, run some more. Gulp, what am I doing? A fresh gust pushes the bridge with such force that I slip. Half my body is dangling off the edge. I dig my claws into the wet wooden slates, and oh, am I glad my nails are long and sharp because I fight off Sarah's clippers whenever I can. Pulling. Man, I wish I hadn't eaten so much cheese over the years. And then, oomph, one last effort, and I'm back on the bridge. It feels good, so good to return to that little stretch of swinging slates. I want to live, I really do. I don't care about the puppy anymore. I just don't want to die this way, not like this. The fear's in my throat, my heart, my gut. I've got to get off this rickety bridge, get back to Ivan and Ruby, back to my wonderful Bob-smelling bed. I'm not a hero, never have been, never will be. I can live with that, 'cause at least I'll be alive. I turn, moving snail slow because the stupid bridge just won't stay put, crawling on my belly so I won't lose my footing again. Almost to the end, I glance back like a fool, just in time to see the car with the puppy lurch loose from its mooring in the tree, swirling into the middle of the creek like a toy boat in a bathtub. The puppy isn't howling or anything. He's just lying on his belly, same as me, waiting. What a nincompoop, I think yet again, and I'm honestly not sure whether I mean him or me. I will not lie. I am not thinking, oh yeah, now I get to be a hero. Nope. I'm thinking, you have got to be kidding me. Just a few more seconds and I would have been out of here. I may or may not have used a few other choice words, way worse than anything that Jay came up with. When I run back to the middle of the bridge and wait a split second, maybe two, maybe three, and then I jump. I ain't proud of this, but halfway down I remember that I really don't like riding in cars. I'm sort of dog paddling the air, thinking I can slow things down, maybe even reverse direction like Wile E. Coyote in those old cartoons. Cartoons are ridiculous for a reason. So in a movie, I'd land all graceful and tough and grab the little guy, but this isn't a movie. I kind of land on top of him, legs splayed like a bug on a windshield. Not enough to smudge him, but definitely enough to annoy him. The car spins, dips itself right. Hi, I say, I'm your Uncle Bob. If you're my uncle, why are you trying to kill me? He asks. Pup has a mouth of him for being so tiny. I'm saving you, dude. I grab his scuff with my teeth. Ouch, he says. The car seesaws. I scramble, clawing at the slick skin of the roof. My nails make a horrible scraping sound. It's like trying to hug a whale. Can you swim? I ask out of the side of my mouth. It's hard to talk with a puppy between your teeth. No, can you? Yes, but I suspect the degree of difficulty will go up considering I have a puppy in my mouth. The car recovers, loops along like a jackrabbit in the tall grass. My claws make tracks in the paint. How'd you get on top of the car? I ask. It wasn't easy. A branch broke through one of the windows and I climbed out that way. Impressive. By the way, says the puppy, I think we may be sinking. No kidding, Sherlock. I don't mean to sound unkind, but I'm a bit stressed. I don't have a name, actually. How about Rowdy, I suggest. I hear it's available. Sure, what the heck? So what's your plan? You tell me, what'd you think was going to happen? I figured someone would come along and save me. Some human, maybe. Dog's best friend, I say. If you say so. Another lurch. We're going down. Hang on, pup, I say. Man's best friend is going to save you instead. We're going to stop there. I think we might only have one more chunk of reading, so we'll see how it goes and see how it ends. Bye.